With the holiday season closing in fast, I wanted to get a little something special for my loved ones. I know they have a sweet tooth, so I visited Smiley's grocery store to see what I could put together. The smell of the bakery drew me in, and the holiday-themed desserts are exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to make something a little more from the heart, but I don't know a thing about baking, so I spoke with the manager of the bakery, Elizabeth Miles, to see if she could help.
You know, at-home baking compared to store-bought, pre-made items, it's much easier for people these days. It's, time-consuming. As far as taste goes, depending on the product that you're buying from our store, it can get pretty close to, tasting like home baking. But we try to provide our customers that are busy with children, home, work, that do not have the time to get that nice, delicious, maybe home baking taste. We try to offer that to our customers so they can have that same kind of indulgence at home. At home, I'm able to provide my family and friends with different, extraordinary desserts that, they're eating and loving and enjoying, because you're proud. You're proud of what you're making, you're proud of what you're presenting, and that kind of goes back to baking for me. It's in the heart. It's not something that I just, throw on the table and say, eat up. It's in the heart, and you want it to be the best, the very best.
Although I could buy something from the bakery, I thought that I could try baking something from scratch, so I went to seek out more information before I could start. I sat down with Laurel Murray, the pastry chef at L'Auberge de France, to get some more advice.
Here at L'Auberge, we're getting into Christmas cakes and Christmas cookies and, little extra cheesecakes and stuff like that as far as coming for the holidays. We're picking up a whole lot for Christmas now that things, Christmas season is upon us right now. Water goes in first. And with all the breads, the water always goes in first. Lots of baking at home. There's a traditional chewy cranberry ginger that we have to make every year. Yesterday, I've checked my case so I know what I need to put out so then I'll have to bake more. And then there's always the good chocolate chip cookies, and I have to make shortbread at home and, of course, gingerbread cookies. Home bake is because is preferred over store-bought, I think, because of the fact that you know the ingredients that are going into it, you know that there's no preservatives, you can see everything, you know that it's fresh. And people, I think, they get that homey feeling, when things are home-baked. It takes you back to your childhood, I think, a lot, like back to grandma and great-grandma and things like that, because there's traditions with home-baked stuff versus store-bought stuff.
After seeing all these professionals at work, I realized it was a lot harder than it looks. I took part in a baking class with the students at Loyalist College to see if I could learn some tips from them. Okay, what do we do first?
Okay, so we've got butter cubed up here, ready to soften, and we're going to cream it with the sugar in the mixer over here.
The first tip they taught me is always remember to read your instructions before you start.
So once this is evenly creamed, I'm going to take it back down a notch, and we're just going to add one egg at a time.
When making dough, make sure to fold in one egg at a time.
If you add them all at once, it just takes a really long time for them to mix in together, and it might just not even mix in properly. Our teachers always tell us that the best hands are your tools, or your best tools are your hands in the kitchen, just because it's so universal.
Don't be afraid to get messy. So like this thick?
Yep, that's good. Perfect. You can even make them square. Square them off like that.
That's probably easier. Try and keep everything the same shape and size to bake evenly. After spending some time with the culinary students, I got a lot of good advice and I feel like I'm almost ready to get started.
So, first batch of cookies are done.
Have confidence and patience, and if it's something you love, you'll get it. It takes time. You're going to make mistakes, but you're also going to learn. You're going to learn from those mistakes. I think the most important things are measurement, patience, and very organized, clean and organized. So lay out all of your ingredients first, right? And then go into reading the instructions. Don't start something without reading through at least once, twice, or 3 times before you start. Really, you have to really just get your head into it.
When you get your recipe out, read it, reread it again, and then make sure you've got all the ingredients out. Check to make sure you've got all your ingredients and get them all out before you start, because there's nothing worse than thinking, oh yeah, I've got that in the cupboard, and you go and you get out and you get started, and you get halfway through making something and you don't have that particular ingredient, then that's not good.
After everything I've learned, I went back to Smiley's to pick up what I need for my first attempt at baking on my own. Nothing beats baking for your loved ones for the holidays. For those who are too afraid to try baking on their own, you can still get the same satisfaction from your local bakery. Have a happy holiday!